In the journey of triumphing over trauma, conquering challenges, and finding happiness, one powerful tool stands out: laughter. Laughter has a remarkable ability to heal, uplift spirits, and bring joy even in the darkest of times. It is often said that laughter is the best medicine, and indeed, it holds true. By embracing a positive and lighthearted outlook, individuals can navigate through their struggles with resilience and hope. Celebrating every small victory along the way is crucial in the process of self-help and healing. Acknowledging milestones, no matter how small, can boost confidence and provide motivation to keep moving forward. Each step taken towards overcoming trauma is a reason for celebration and a testament to inner strength and courage. By recognizing and celebrating these moments, individuals can cultivate a sense of empowerment and progress on their journey to healing. At the heart of our mission is the belief that everyone deserves to experience the transformative power of laughter. We aim to spread joy, positivity, and resilience to those who have faced trauma, guiding them towards a path of healing and self-discovery. Through humor and laughter, we hope to inspire individuals to find light in the midst of darkness and to embrace life with a renewed sense of hope and happiness. Remember, no matter how tough the road may seem, there is always a reason to smile and laugh till you feel better. Lots of love to you, Mona.
you know what that's like. It's time to tune in with Mona on Lotz of Tea tonight.
She's famous, sweet and nice, and the way she formed us right.
She's gonna spill the tea on a talk show that's right. We're gonna speak on topics that might be hard to take. We'll understand we gotta until the whole wide world's awake. Let's not waste another moment and get on with the show. 'Cause it's time to get things started. Why don't we get things started? You better get things started. On the most sensational, informational, celebrational, conversational. Now it's time for Mona and the show.
Hello, everyone. Look at me. I've got to fix this blue, the screen real quick because it's got face all tore up. I'm too pretty tonight to have this face have marks all over it. How's everyone doing out there? It's been 2 weeks. A lot's gone on. Anybody do anything fun and exciting at all? Anybody? What did you do? Angel, did you do anything fun and exciting? Let's change the background. Maybe that's the problem.
I changed the hot water tank.
Angel is like a butch dyke. I just want everybody to know that. She really is. Everyone can hear me good. My microphone lost my cord snapped tonight. So look at me going all crazy with this screen tonight. I swear to God, if I can't get this stuff working, I'm going to tell StreamYard, we're going to do this. We're going to do this. How's that? I got a little green halo around me, but that's just how it's going to be tonight. So with that being said, let me change my audio back over to be the right audio. Pam, is Pam with you? Is that what she said? I didn't see it. Is that what she said?
No, I think she was tagging her mom.
Why am I not hearing anything at all tonight coming out of my thingy, bobber? Oh, because it's not on. Did you say you were working a double? What'd she say? Because I can't see it. She worked.
And ended up with laryngitis.
You know what? I have a friend. We were sick a couple months ago, and we both kind of lost our voices. And well, he lost his voice. It has been like permanent. And I'm not sure why. Can we hear? Does this work? Let's see. Could you hear that? None of the little things are working? Mm-hmm. Oh, well. So much for staying up all hours of the night trying to get a show ready and nothing works when it's time. I'm used to it. I'm used to it. Anyway, hi, Pam. Hi, Chris. Good to see you guys. I miss you extremely. Lots and lots. Miss you guys so much. Let's see. Will this work? Now, can you hear it? No? Nothing? Oh, well. We're going to go with the green halo tonight. And you know what? I can take this out of my ear because I can't hear anything anyway. So I can hear an echo and I can't stand it. Ha! So we have got, if you saw the show poster, we've got some new improvements to our show. Of course, you know, we lost Marge. She has yet to be found. No, I'm just kidding. I talked to her last night. We didn't lose her like loser. I don't want to say that. But look, it's got this. I don't know what's going on. I don't. You know what? It was working perfect last week. This week, it was working perfect 5 minutes ago. I come online, boom, here we are. So we'll just make do. We'll make do. What?
Blame the snow.
Does anyone else have the snow like we do? And now they're calling for more. Like, I can't deal with it. I really can't. I can't. But we've got a great show tonight. And so if you saw, we are moving forward, of course, with the loss of March. I didn't want to do the show by myself. You know, like when I started, I was so used to having that co-hostess and that camaraderie, and that we had a really good connection. I miss her to death. She said she was going to watch tonight. I don't know if she's on here. Marge, if you're on here, say hi. Because we miss you. Me and this green screen are gonna fight tonight. Maybe I should put a different. It's just not working. I don't know what the deal is. Is it the lighting not right? See how it's doing that on that side over there?
What?
Why is it doing that?
Why?
I don't know. But anyway, who cares? We are just gonna move the show along. It is January, and we are talking Pride tonight. Why so early? Well, we're gonna find out. We're gonna see why. We're gonna talk about the good, the bad, and the ugly. All that good stuff. I'm gonna share with you some of my uglies. Oh my gosh, is that a salad?
No, it's my. Get off my foot.
That's your Chipotle. She got Chipotle tonight. She said, "Do you want some pizza?" And I said, "No, I made chili last night. I think I'm okay." She comes walking in with Chipotle.
My husband loves me.
They changed pizza now. It looks totally different these days, I guess. It comes in a bowl. See, I'm trying to fix this
Quit messing with your face.
green screen, and it's just not like I can't get it to that perfect spot on this slider. You know what? I'd rather have a pretty face in the background. How about that? Okay. So I was in search of a co-hostess, and I was like, well, what am I going to do? Because I'm going to, I want somebody. I need somebody. I have to have that, that communication, that talk back and forth and all that good stuff. So Angel made a suggestion. And I thought, you know what? Why not? Let's do it. So we are going to bring out our co-hostess, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome her with loving arms. She'll be here with me every show. Here she is. I mean, I had the best time making that intro. Ladies and gentlemen, I smell ammonia in the studio. Welcome, my little drag daughter and your new co-hostess to Lotz of Tea, Katt Piss. Hi.
Hi. I love that intro. Oh my gosh. I am good. How are you?
I'm fabulous. You look great.
Thank you. Just a little something for you.
So
as do you. Your hair's a little big though.
My hair. I feel like I'm like Jessica Love and Brianna Brooks all in one.
Oh gosh, yes. Did she style that for you?
Actually, it was Jessica Love's. It was Pineapple Peru's hair, and I got it from her.
Oh, nice.
It's really like I don't know what's going on with. As you know, I'm having difficulties with my camera tonight. I don't know why, but it's really like a dark burgundy. It looks really red, but it's darker.
It does look really red. It still looks good on you, though. It's very you. I love it. I think it wound up with the right person.
I think so too. It's set kind of hair that I like.
Yes.
Very Pentecostal tonight.
Yeah, me too. Honestly, very Methodist.
So how's it feel to be here? A little subtle. Yeah, a little Methodist. How is it feeling to be here? I mean, you've been a guest on our show, what, twice?
Yes. It feels very good to be in the co-hostess seat. I'm very excited. I'm a little nervous. Well, actually, a lot of nervous, but I'm excited most of all. I think this is going to be fun, and I think it's a good move.
Where are your eyeballs?
I don't know. I can't see anything.
She lost her ball.
I am blind.
She's lost
and this
her
one is
marbles,
killing me.
Is it? I could never wear those those contacts that take up your whole
They
eye.
look good though.
They do.
I
They're
am.
very. Oh, so there is like an actual pupil in that one. The other one doesn't have one.
Yeah, this one does, and this one's just all white.
Oh, Jesus,
This one's easier to
jeez.
see out of. That's why I throw this one on.
What did you think of your intro?
Oh my gosh, I loved it. I thought it was great. It reminded me of the Backstreet Boys, but like the Cat Street Boys.
Yes. And the other one was like an In Vogue.
Yes, I also love the footage that you used with me too. Very good video.
I threw it together first, and I was so unhappy. I did like a little AI cat stuff, and I was so unhappy with it. And I was like, I want videos of you walking, and that's why I reached out to you last night. I said, give me some videos, and you did. And
Yes. I was curious as to see what you were going to do with them. So
I'm really
glad I got
happy
to
with
see.
it. Absolutely.
Very good. Now, do you do all your own video editing and stuff like that? When it
I
comes to
do.
things like
I
that?
do it all. I do it all.
Nice.
All
It's a
by
lot of work.
myself.
I do that too. I don't think people realize how much goes into it. You could have like a minute and a half, 2 minute video, but the time you spend editing that is like insane.
Yeah, because especially when you're like, you have the music and it has to match
Timing, making
but
sure the timing lines up with the shots and the audio.
Yes, and
Yeah,
I
that's
do use
probably most difficult.
Canva, and Canva actually has a little Angel's having her own little party over here, I guess. It has a little editing button that you can actually sync the beats together, so it actually syncs the beats. It's really cool.
Ooh, nice. Is that what you use on Canva?
I do. I use Canva for almost everything.
Okay. I use a program called Viva Video. It's like an app. You remember Amma? She showed it to me.
Yeah.
And you pay, I think it's like $6 or $12, something like that, a month for like premium, and it's amazing. I love it, and I'm still learning, but yeah, it's really good.
It's called Viva.
Yeah, VIVA Video.
I'm gonna have to look into it. By the way,
Yes.
so because if you guys are a nonprofit now with Pride, right?
Yes, we are.
Canva, you get everything for free. You just apply it to their nonprofit, so it's something worth looking into. I'll explain it to you guys in more depth.
Okay. Yeah.
But we've got some news to report tonight, so let's take at it in other news. So, I forgot to. You're walking down the street video. Well, you must take after your mother, because I just so happened to walk down streets in the middle of the street as well.
Yeah.
This was where were we at? This was like New Year's Eve.
That's so funny.
We were at. And when I saw that, I was like, "Oh my god, I have two." Yeah,
that's amazing. I love that.
Like mother, like daughter, I guess, right?
Yes.
So we have some things to report. The first I have on here is a arsonist set popular Northern Virginia businesses last Thursday in Arlington ablaze. Prdie's Beach Bar, a popular Virginia gay bar, was one of 3 businesses set on fire, raising questions and sparking concerns among the locals. Now, a business across the street captured this video. And you see the guy across the street right there?
Yes.
That's Prdie's Bar.
Okay.
And this is a matter of seconds, you guys. A matter of seconds. But this thing is just blazing.
I'm scared.
So, yeah, look at that. So,
oh my gosh.
Yeah. After receiving a phone call from a business owner across the street, owner Mona Lotz told the Advocate he rushed down to his storefront to find that firefighters had extinguished the flames before too much damage could occur. Investigators believe the fire was started with kerosene, scorching the French doors and vestibule. Just hours after he received an anonymous disturbing phone call. He has remained open despite the attacks, unsure if this was a hate crime, while local authorities investigate to locate the suspect. I mean, we still live in this day and age? I just, I still am blown away by the stupidity of people.
Yeah. Did they say what he said in the obscene phone call?
No, I was digging for it too. I wanted to know.
Yeah. I was wondering
What
that.
did
You could definitely
did you
tell.
say obscene?
What's that?
Was it obscene phone call? Disturbing.
Okay.
Obscene could have been good.
I wonder if it was like threatening or,
Oh yeah, that's what I was wondering. And they said that the cops I read on, the cops said that it doesn't mean that it wasn't a hate crime. He could have had beef with the other two businesses as well, and
of course they're going to say that. I feel,
yeah. So it could have been a hate crime, and he could have just been mad at the other businesses as well. Have you seen what's going on with all this DEI?
Actually, at the most recent borough meeting that we had, where we sanctioned the Prdie Festival, this woman went up and she had papers printed out for all of the borough members pertaining to DEI and how a lot of companies are pulling away from it, and how that since they're doing it, that the borough should do it also and deny the Prdie Festival.
Oh, she's
so
cute.
In a way, I have heard about it.
Yeah. So it's like, I would say like 95% of corporations, Walmart, Amazon, Ford, Meta, which is Facebook and Instagram, McDonald's, Harley Davidson, John Deere, Lowe's, Tractor Supply, and Caterpillar are just a few corporations who have announced their rollbacks or even cancellations on their DEI programs. These policy cuts affect women, African Americans, and LGBT plus employees in a very severe manner. Also joining these changes are many colleges across the nation. Like they're like cutting it out. We're going back in time.
Reasons kind of like blindsiding me.
And they said that the reason is because of political pressure and economic concerns. Oh, bullshit.
I was going to say, do you think it has anything to do with the recent election results?
I mean, it very well could be. It very well could be. Obviously, we do know that there's some, a lot of pull with the Republican Party.
It's interesting to see how society reflects that. How everything kind of just changes.
Who is it that? I mean, Trump does have a openly gay person. I don't know any details on him or anything like that. He's like rich. He's rich. Whatever.
Yeah. My mom swears that Byron's gay.
That who?
I'm like, Mom, I don't think that's been like confirmed. She's like, I think it is. And I'm like,
who is?
Trump's son, Byron. Or Barron. Barron Trump. I'm sorry, Barron, not Byron.
Well, yeah, I mean, yeah, he could. I mean, he's soft, he's quiet, he's smart.
Yes. It appears so far.
It's kind of I think that's what makes him just oddly.
Yeah. Of all the avenues he could have taken being Trump's son, I feel like he's taking a pretty good one, I guess. I don't know. It appears to be anyway.
Yeah. He's a handsome little kid. I don't know how old.
Yeah, he is.
How old is he?
Yeah. For being a Trump,
So right. So here's the thing though with these I almost said DUIs.
I know.
While many top corporations, I know, right? While they make these changes, Costco and Apple say absolutely not. They are reaching out to their stakeholders to not vote against, them.
Interesting.
Because I guess stakeholders and businesses, they can vote. Even 10% can drastically affect, the decision on what to do.
I wonder if we could put together a list of, or if there is a list that exists of the companies that are refraining from, doing that. That way, us as the queer community can know who to, give our dollar to.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, right now, all I know is Apple and Costco, so I don't have a Costco.
Yeah, I wrote them down.
This last night, I have to do this. This blew my mind. Now I know we'd have probably some difference of opinions on this, but there is a new thing out called the Holy Spirit Board, and it's the only ghost board, they say, designed to connect directly with our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. Unlike other spirit boards often used to connect to ghosts and demons, this is one-way ticket straight to heaven. Try it today and discover a new way to pray. It is on Amazon.
Oh my God.
Look, it says perfect for churches, prayer groups. I thought it was a joke.
That sounds like a good way to get demons.
Amazon. That's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
It's funny because like one guy at the what?
I was going to say, those things don't care about what the intent is of the board. Whatever wants to come through will come through.
Exactly. They don't care. And, but the thing is that, what was I going to say? Yeah, I thought it was fake, but it's the one guy at the table has like his hands in a triangle sitting at the table.
Oh
you know,
my
flat on the
gosh.
table. So yeah, I'm like, well, that's provided by the All Saints of. I was like,
That's crazy that that's real.
They literally have a business called Holy Spirit Games. I was like, this is so absurd.
We should like get them and just to get them.
Just to get them.
Yes.
I'm not paying them money for that. Absolutely not. But anyway, I want to end this little segment. We're going to end on a little low, and then we're going to talk about something after it. It is, we lost a very, very valuable drag performer last Sunday, the Vivian from the UK. She was the first winner of RuPaul's Drag Race UK. And I mean, I have even, well, I'll get into it after we watch this. I put it together a little memorial of her and her best. It really touches me because I loved her.
Yes, she was an icon.
She's comedic. She was put together. She is. And it's so sad. It's so sad. I mean, the cause of death is still unknown. But speaking of Trump, she is.
Oh gosh, yes.
The best Trump impersonators there is.
Literally the best.
Let's think of her in memory as we watch some of her greatest moments. I guess I should have hit play while I was talking. That was my
She's
plan.
so pretty though.
She's gorgeous.
I'm gonna keep staring.
Thank you, Ruth. Thank you for having me here. I know the cameras can't see, but you want to see the crowds watching this. There's 3 million people here watching me today.
Okay, first question, and it's for Lorraine. The Spice Girls have offered Michelle Visage a spot on their tour. But here's the catch. Michelle has to change her name to Blank Spice. What say you, Lorraine?
I see judgmental space or judgy space.
Judgy Spice.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
Let's move on down to the 45th President of the United States of America, Donald Trump.
I wrote Pussy Spice.
Pussy Spice.
And let me tell you why.
Okay.
Let me tell you why. I've grabbed Michelle's pussy several times. Several times, her pussy's great. The only thing that was wrong with it, it smelled a bit like Mexican food. So I had to build a wall right around it. And let me tell you something else, it was a big wall. Huge.
It was huge.
Thank you, 45. Thank you. Not a match, Lorraine. Okay, Stacey, this one's for you. Meghan Markle is shaking up the royal protocol once again. The new menu at Kensington Palace serves all tea, no blank.
Shade.
Yes, good answer.
Great answer.
Let's see if 45 has some shade. Donald J. Trump.
Well, I just thought I'd ignore the game and just try and cover my own back.
Oh, okay.
So, all tea, no collusion.
No collusion.
Especially with
got my
Russia and
cigarettes,
definitely
man.
not with China. No collusion with Russia or China.
Okay. All right, up next, we've got the Vivian.
Donald Trump in the Snatch Game was phenomenal.
China.
That's what the Snatch Game is all about. It's about not just looking like, but embodying and being able to volley with Rue.
I gotta tell you, I don't believe I've ever heard anyone do Donald Trump better. Honestly, I think that's the best I've ever heard. I think better than Donald Trump.
I believe that, yes, Donald Trump would flirt with Maggie Thatcher. Of course he would.
She's an inspiration.
Yeah, amazing, amazing.
Thank you, Ruth. Thank you for having me here.
And then this outfit here, what you did. Do you know what? I didn't understand it, but I liked it.
I love your outfit. I love your cheeky little nose missing from after Michelle's cruel jibe in one.
It wasn't cruel.
No, you just look brilliant.
Bag of chips. The Vivian. The Parliament is hung. You are both winners of this week's challenge. And you both get to share one Rue Peter badge. What the hell? We'll throw in two. My dear, the Vivian is here. Way I pet?
That's Jersey, Rue.
But is it wrong to say it to someone from a different region?
Yeah, so like a George would say, hey, why you pet the Irish?
I have no idea what you just said.
At Liverpool, you just be like, hiya, girl, you're all right.
Yeah.
Oh, hi, girl, you're all right.
Near enough.
And now, here you are representing Liverpool on Drag Race.
It's nuts. And like, even just sitting here, I mean, What's the Tea was just instrumental in me changing my life in the past 4 years. I struggle with addiction, and I'm 2 years clean now.
Really?
Yeah.
What was your poison?
Kessman.
Did you live your life in a K-hole?
Yeah, it was breakfast, dinner, and tea. I could have 3 bags of it just putting my face on.
How long had you been doing it?
On and off for 4 years.
Really?
Yeah.
What made you stop?
I just had to stop. It was a case of doctors were telling me I was going to be dead by the time I was 30. I was getting evicted from apartments. I had no money. I was making good money. I was in drag 6 nights a week, and I was living like a poor person.
Yeah.
I bumped into some guys that I knew from Gran Canaria. They asked me to go and do a gig at Pride. I did it. I was there for a week, and I just felt like myself again. I hadn't touched anything all week. And then spiraling from that, I met David. We got engaged. And now I'm sat here with you two. It's just nuts, isn't it? I'd love to help people in my position. I mean, drag and the gay scene is riddled with drugs and abuse, and I don't think there's enough support out there.
Up next, the Vivian. Long live the Queen.
I am wearing this sparkling diamond dress. My hair's everything. I feel amazing.
And this led to the great sequin shortage of 2019.
I'm giving you Barbie straight out of the box. She's going to the ball. It's just everything that drag is and everything that Vivian is.
I can't Viv if Viving is without you. Viv, what advice do you have for 7-year-old James?
You're gonna grow up with the most amazing family and the most amazing mum. And then you're gonna see the lights of the big city, and you're gonna make some wrong decisions. Just try and say no, because in a few years' time, it's gonna get you in a lot of trouble with your health and your friends and your home life. So just try and stay away from that. But you're gonna be doing what you love to do. And that is just gonna be such a hell of a ride, because you're gonna end up on Drag Race with all these amazing people. And that is better than anything that anyone could ever give you.
The UK's first Drag Race superstar is the Vivian. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
The Vivian, my queen. Is there anything you'd like to say?
It's been absolutely great. It's been tremendous. Thank you.
Now prance, I say.
I'm made up. I've just won the first ever season of Drag Race UK. This is nuts. That crown is gonna look gorgeous. Oh, I'm gonna see me there washing the dishes in it.
Could you imagine like really washing the dishes in your RuPaul Drag Race crown?
Sounds like something I would do, though.
All right, like you know what? I'm gonna go to the dollar store. I'll be right back and just be like.
I love the like message she had for her younger self. That was very touching.
Yes, and you know, and I pray that it wasn't a relapse that took her life. You know, they did say that she had been facing some hate crime verbiage and what, the weeks before this.
Jeez, I didn't know that.
So yeah, and I don't know if you've been keeping up, but we're gonna go back to doing the Teabag Award, and this week there's only one winner. I don't know if you've been up on the news with her passing, but Tyra Sanchez.
Yes.
Vivian wrote like almost 5 years ago. Bet Tyra was. I don't even know what it's about. She wrote, yet it doesn't compare to the fumes of the crematorium the day she died. Like she went back.
Oh my God.
So Candy Muse, she spoke out and she said, I've defended you for years, but now you can absolutely go fuck yourself. And if our paths were to ever cross, it's absolutely on sight, bitch. It's not a threat. It's a promise. You disgusting person. There were people telling RuPaul to take Tyra's crown. And Mother Ru, she is the mother of all of us. This is what she had to say. That was it. RuPaul posted that, and that was all she had.
That's so funny.
Isn't that funny?
That's appropriate.
She was like, this is what I'm posting right here.
Yeah, that's appropriate. That's so disrespectful to say that the day of.
And she has still continued to make comments. I think she took that comment down because I couldn't find it. But I mean, yeah, it's like I have them as giants, and she's like this little puny little thing over there on the side.
Yeah.
She was season 2 winner.
Gross.
And I mean, girl, you put her name in, there's more mugshots than there are pictures of her in drag.
I've seen a couple. I've definitely seen a couple. Yeah. I probably started getting into Drag Race the 4th season on, like the first 3 seasons. At the time, they were kind of hard to find on things, but my ex at the time, he like pretty much told me all the highlights and stuff. And he said the quality really gets better on the 4th season. So if you're going to start there.
Yeah.
So
and
I've heard about her, but
I stopped watching it after Bianca Del Rio because I really don't, it ruined a lot for us in the drag community. But, I'm watching it this season because Anya Nerve from Cleveland's on it.
Yes. And also my good friend Lydia B. Collins from Pittsburgh is on it. So we both have some local representation.
Yeah, awesome. That's great. See, we are representing up here in the North.
Yes.
Area.
I love it. I'm so excited for both of them because, I mean, Katt Piss was born in Cleveland, so Anya's a sister like anyone else. So I'm rooting for both of them, honestly.
Yeah, and I just downloaded Anya's new song on Apple, the one that she sang on the show. So
yes, I was cracking up at that.
She's doing it.
She is. I'm impressed.
So I really am too. So we're going to cut to commercial real quick, everyone. And when we come back, we will bring on our second co-host real quick and then bring on our guest for this evening. We'll be back after these few words from our sponsors. Hey everyone, it's me, Mona Lotz. I'm always asked where I get my beautiful necklaces from. Since I received my very first Z nearly 3 years ago, that answer is simple. Well, I wouldn't compliment my costumes with any other thing than paparazzi. And Team BFF is the consultants of consultants. Steve and Monica will do everything they can to get you the jewelry you desire. And within no time, they become like family. Look them up on Facebook. Team BFF by Paparazzi. I don't know where my social media would be if it wasn't for Kish Photography. They offer various photo sessions with out-of-the-box experience by capturing your photographs at select locations that are not confined by walls. Angel also has various sceneries, flowers, and animal prints ready to purchase as well. Kish Photography. Are you looking for a gift so unique that we promise they have never gotten before? Well, look no further than Shady Pines Alpacas, where we promise their alpaca apparel and accessories will wow you and those being gifted. Check out Rowan Kelty's handcrafted beanie hats for something warm and priceless. Not looking for clothing? No problem. Then try out their homemade goat milk soaps and skincare line, or order one of their unique and eye-catching jewelry pieces. And if that still doesn't appeal to you, then how about some stained glass art crafted and designed by Daniel Kelt? These pieces of art are breathtaking. Shop online today at www.shadypinealpacas.com or stop in and shop in person. The alpacas and the Kelties will be happy to see you. Shady Pines Alpacas.
Oh my God, you guys. I just thought that I was hitting the video button, but I hit the take a picture button, and we're gonna look at, this is what my picture looks like right here. But anyway, listen. Earlier I took 2 of these gummies. Okay. All right, they were delicious. Oh my God. All right, bye.
Oh my gosh, that stupid M hanging on that alpaca logo. I'm gonna have to fix that. It wasn't there when I uploaded it. Dumb little M. But we are, the one thing, Dynamic, and I apologize to our guests, we are running a little bit behind tonight, but we're going to go on with this show due to the technical difficulties and Katt and I just talking away. But one of the dynamics that I loved about Marge was that she not only was, a femme drag queen as she progressed into, but she also was a therapist and could, give her insights professionally on the show for those that are hurting and going through difficult times and things like that. So I didn't want to lose that aspect of the show and keep us protected as well. So we have invited our other co-host that will be joining us on the broadcast and is our guest from last week, Daniel Kelt. And we're going to start out his section, his intro, instead of being an actual intro song like Katt and like Marge had. It's going to be a little section called Daniel's Desk.
Hi, I'm Daniel Kelt. I'm a psychotherapist and I'm a life coach. It may seem a little crazy to start talking about pride this early in the season. I mean, it's January, right? Well, as you might have noticed, our world is changing around us daily. And a lot of us in the queer community, I think, are feeling a little nervous about that. So I guess I wanted to talk to you guys today a bit about how do we approach pride given some of the concerns we have. We have a lot of hate coming into our government. We're seeing increased violence and increased lack of protection for LGBT folks in the workplace and in the community. And walking into the Pride season is really going to be something I think we should be mindful about. In the meantime, how do we take care of ourselves? How do we keep from our mental health being grossly impacted and affected by the hate and lack of support from our community. So today we'll be talking about a few different tips that you can use to keep yourself a little bit less crazy and definitely more safe. The first thing I want to encourage folks to do is, for God's sake, do not engage with strangers online. I know it's tempting and it probably feels a little validating to be one of the keyboard warriors, but people aren't going to change at this point. The people that you want to argue with, those people have made up their mind. How much emotional energy do you want to invest in that? The second thing is to regulate your anger. And we're all going to experience some anger. And I'm sure a lot of us already do. With our families, with people that we love and care about. Regulate your anger. If you're dysregulated, you're not going to make wise choices. Your anger is valid, but you got to figure out how to regulate it. And the next thing I want to suggest is an example of how to regulate your emotions, how to regulate your anger a little bit. And that comes through connectedness. Our whole community has existed and thrived because of our connectedness. We're now starting to see some of that connectedness break apart. And a lot of it is happening from within our community. So we have to figure out how to come together, how to support our trans brothers and sisters, how to support our bisexual brothers and sisters, our non-binary people, and how to really come together and work and represent for our common good. In the meantime, it's okay not to have the answers. It's okay to be afraid and scared. Talk to somebody, get connected, and focus and rely on the people that you define as your family. One of the slogans I always use for my ecotherapy practice is, nature always finds a way. And so can you.
Yay, ladies and gentlemen, welcome Daniel Kelt. Yay!
Here. I almost sounded smart. That was a great video. That was really great.
Welcome. Hey, was you surprised with your commercial that I put on?
Yes, that was so cool. I was like, oh, I was texting my husband. I'm like, look at that. Thank you.
Except for that stupid M hanging on. So without further ado, let's bring our lovely panel on, shall we? And Katt isn't in the circle. I don't know why you're like weird.
I see it on my screen.
Well, you're here.
Oh.
You're not in a circle. You're in a squarish circle kind of thing.
Oh, yeah, I am. It's like an egg shape.
Yeah. There, I fixed it.
There we go. Thank you.
He is the president of Pride Alliance in Pennsylvania. Is that what you have to do? You have to salute him?
Every time he demands it, every time we see him.
Does he?
Oh,
what? Wow. He's got some stickers. He's also a member of your Outhouse group that you do, Katt. Welcome, Jeff Boden, to the show. Hi, Jeff. Glad to have you here with us.
Yeah, thank you for having me. And no, nobody has to salute me.
I was going to remember that. I was going to write it down so at Pride I would be able to, when I, offend you by not saluting you when I saw you. And our other guest with us tonight, she is the creative consultant and second hand to Outhouse. And she is the Pride Alliance secretary, council member of Ernest Borough. And she has been here with us before, and we love and adore her. Welcome, Lynn.
Hello.
Hi.
It's actually me you have to salute. Katt was lying.
I love it.
Thank you so much for having me.
You're welcome. Thanks for being here. Now, I don't know if Paige, if that's we brought you on and we're echoing. Do you have is everyone else hear the echo? Just me?
I hear the echo.
Do you have headphones? You can throw in?
Me?
Yeah.
I don't.
I wonder why it's doing it.
I have no idea. I don't hear an echo, so it must be me.
No, you don't. We'll try to make it through. I'll mute you until you're ready to talk. That way, I don't hear myself.
Oh, good idea.
I get lost. But it's great to have all of you here with us. We're talking about Pride and the preparations, the good, the bad, the ugly, everything that comes with it. And hey, Jeff, I saw you get like big-eyed there. When is it time to prepare?
Oh gosh, we've been. I think we've actually started preparing probably about 2-3 months ago. We've started, and it's just an ongoing process of organizing and just getting different tasks done, because there's so much that has to happen to pull it all off in the end, you know.
Right. I always liked, I don't know, did you guys do like a right after have a meeting to discuss the pros and cons of that Pride that you just finished and what you could change for next year? Do you do anything like that?
I don't think necessarily right after. I think the evening of, I think we all retreated and passed out type thing.
Yeah.
But in the days afterwards or weeks, we definitely talked about, everything and how well it went and what we want to see it become in the future.
Right.
So,
absolutely. That's great. And I've been there at all of them. The first two, I'll be there this year, and it was so beautiful that first year. It kept that beautifulness this past year. It was absolutely. There's just a warmth. There's just a love there, even despite the yahoos that protest. I mean, we have those everywhere we go.
Yeah.
And I forgot to say that Katt is also the vice president.
Yes.
What is she eating up there? She's got like a. What do you eat? You're making me hungry.
I'm sorry, peanuts. I'm eating peanuts. I eat them all the time. I think it's more of my oral fixation,
Oh yes. Angel, we're glad she's not on a microphone. But so tell us what. So you start preparing months ago. It's never too early, really. Because it's a massive undertaking. Paige, what do you feel as the secretary? I mean, you keep record of everything. What do you think is the main focus for the betterment of Pride for you guys this year?
I think as of right now, like our big change this year, I think was refocusing into individualized groups and kind of organizing the volunteers and getting people together to help just organize everything, dealing with the vendors and the spaces and with the township and the permits and the performers and the lineup. And there's just so much that goes into it. Yeah, it was really nice that this year we focused a lot more on kind of breaking things down into individual teams and committees and just organizing everyone. So that has been wildly beneficial, because the last couple of years it has been just a few of us just kind of doing our best out here. This has been more difficult and challenging, but it will be really beneficial for the long run, I think.
Absolutely. And I know that with volunteers, it's always that's the hardest department, is getting your volunteers, keeping them busy, keeping them involved, informed, protected, the whole bit. Katt, why don't you give us some co-hosting?
Yeah. So I wanted to I think it would be good for us as individuals and as a group also to not focus on, but I want to hear everybody's why. Like, let's remember our why to doing this. So I'll start with Jeff. When it comes to doing Pride Alliance and jumping into this and teaming up with everyone, what was your why to doing this?
Basically, my why is I want a better future for our gay community moving forward. I don't want them to have to deal with the things that I dealt with whenever I was younger, and definitely give them the support and make it visible for them to see and know that, hey, we're out in the community. We do all kinds of things. All of us, we have professional jobs. You can be anything you want to be. Just because somebody doesn't like or support you in your family, your blood family, doesn't mean that you're not a good person and can't move on to do great things in life.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. And you guys have a big community down there. It's surprising. I mean, if you don't know Indiana, it's Indiana, Pennsylvania. It's the home of Jimmy Stewart. It is it's the quaintest little place that you can think of Jimmy Stewart, and it's Indiana, Pennsylvania.
Like a postcard.
It really is. It really is.
Christmas time around here is super special because he's in the movie It's a Wonderful Life, which is like a Christmas movie. So the town always goes all out. Every single building on Philly Street, which is our main street, is lit up.
And
there's
he's
a
the
giant
voice.
Christmas tree. There's a fake village. There's everything.
He's the voice of your crosswalks.
Yep. Yes. They love him down here.
The coolest little thing. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, so how about you, Paige? What's your why to doing all of this, and not even just this, just everything that you've been doing lately? With the Borough and Ernest, Outhouse, Pride Alliance, all of that. What's your why?
Oh my goodness, there's so much to it, but I feel like my main motivator would probably be like, it's my children. Like I have 4 children that range currently from 12 to 21, and 50% of them are openly queer. And I have had to watch them deal with a lot, and I know what myself and Katt dealt with whenever we were children. Obviously, it was not quite as rough on me. Katt stood out a little bit more, but just watching what everybody has to go through is extremely painful, and it's very much just the spirit of I don't want you to have to do what we did. Even going to the meetings, like these last few meetings where people just come and decry everything. There was a woman who took a photo of my children and added it into a petition that they sent around to hundreds of people to try and get them to stop the Prdie Festival. And just it's crazy the things that you have to deal with. And I'm so glad that we finally got the 3rd approval so that nobody ever has to have this very specific conversation here again, and Pride is established and nobody has to at least do this part. It's nice to just have something marked off that they don't have to deal with and fight for. And that's, I think, the entire goal is just moving through and getting past the ugly parts of this so that people can just live their lives and not have to deal with the unnecessary nonsense that some of us have had to deal with just for their preferences or the way that they live their life, even though they're not hurting anyone.
Yeah, absolutely. Doing that for, what is it, like twice a year, we have to go into the Borough building and go through that, and that's been like 3 years of doing that, and I don't think people really understand how much of a toll that takes on you to be in a room that's like 25 to 30% filled with people who think literally that we were better off dead than existing. The one woman quoted something from the Bible saying it's I don't know, something religious, but she said something like it's better to drown your child than it is to raise a queer child. And it's like these people are just sitting here saying all that stuff, and my why is probably very similar to Jeff's. It's for the community. And I also feel like I have like this primal, almost instinctual feeling of like, this is what I'm supposed to be doing. Like, this is my duty. Like I can, so why not? But yeah, so with all that being said, Paige, what would you say is the most rewarding part of doing all of this?
I would just say the reception, like the messages and stuff that we get from people after the festival, like people that moved here and were so scared because it's a very small area and there's a lot of Trump signs. It's very openly Republican in a lot of these areas, and a lot of people are nervous. And I had a woman who last year messaged me and sent me this very long explanation of how encouraging it was to just come and watch everybody just be so free and open and loving and warm, and knowing that there is a community and that there are people who will stand with you and will fight with you and will support you no matter what you are doing, as long as it's this and it's well-meaning. And it's really that, I think, just the reception. Like, my children are excited, they love to go and they love to get to connect with other people and see the performances and just everything. The aspect of community is so important for everybody in the community, just because everybody does typically have issues with their families, and like a lot of them have dealt with a lot of prejudice and just absolutely disgusting behavior from other people. And I think that's the most rewarding part, is just watching people kind of heal and come together and just get to be with others. That
I love that. I love that watching people heal. There definitely is almost it's almost tangible, the energy on the day of Pride. It's like you can reach out and grab it and just like embrace it, you know. But yeah, I definitely have to agree with you. Jeff, how about you? What would you say is your like most rewarding part to doing all of this?
Just seeing the emotions of people being thankful, or seeing and hearing the emotions of people being thankful and grateful for you know, what we do. I mean, that makes it worth it, you know. The positive feedback from the other members of the LGBTQI community, and also people that are like-minded. You know, that's definitely meaningful and helps motivate me to move forward with holding together the crazy. So
yeah, definitely. Now, as I always say, I think there's strength in vulnerability, you know, in the things that we do. And I feel like what we do is rather intimidating, and a lot of people don't really know how to get started in it. And then they'll watch stuff like this and hear us talk about how hard it is to do the hard parts and everything. And, you know, along the way, we'll have people who want to join up, but then once it starts getting down to the nitty gritty stuff, I mean, there were nights, I mean, you and I, Jeff, personally, we've lost sleep over all of this stuff.
Yes.
So, if you don't mind being a little vulnerable, what would you say personally for you have been the hardest parts of doing all of this? Like, what were the things that kept you up at night?
Definitely sometimes there's people that can be, you know, in your organization that don't share similar values, and sometimes you have to move on from them. And that can be very hard to deal with. I mean, it's, you know, when you're breaking up with a friend, you know, it's almost like breaking up with a boyfriend, you know.
Yeah, very painful.
So, I mean, but as far as, you know, pulling this all together I mean, as far as the entertainment stuff goes, I rely heavily on Katt to do that, and Paige. Paige kind of wrangles in Katt. But also as far as the legal logistics of everything, you know, it's look for, I think Mr. Rogers said it, you know, look for your helpers, you know.
I love that.
And you know, I come from a real estate background here in Indiana. So I did have a lot of attorneys that I was able to ask for their advice, and some of them really helped facilitate a lot of our legal paperwork for us, and also other legal challenges that we have faced along the way as well. They've definitely helped make us, you know, legally legit. You know,
yeah, they really have.
Yeah,
they really have. I would probably have to relate to you that the interpersonal relationships part. I don't think people realize how much. Like, yeah, you have to like face the opposition and the people who don't want you around. But nobody ever thinks about the people who are on your side that you fight with, that you don't get along with. That, you know, that part is very difficult because it's just very frustrating. You can feel very helpless sometimes in those situations, you know. Thank you, Paige. What would you say for you personally was your hardest part of all of this?
The challenging part is, I think, keeping my temper in situations where I get very frustrated. Like that woman who sent around the photo of my children along with a bunch of other photos, you know what I mean? That wasn't the only one that she sent, but it was the only one with the children. And she just happened to only take a photo of mine, which was fascinating. But I think it just like, my frustration with situations like that, and the people who just come and say wild things, and like my personal frustrations where everybody keeps referencing religion, and I I just want to push the point of separation of church and state, because like we wouldn't truly be happy if we were out here just if we had to honor every single religion and we had to take all of that into consideration for everything that we do. You would not like it. You would not like the result.
Yes.
You'd be mildly displeased if we suddenly put up the satanic temple markers at like courthouse buildings. Like we wouldn't like that, right? So maybe don't do the 10 Commandments. Like we'll just stay away from all of that and keep everything set. Like just those arguments, right? Like the personal aspect of like kind of trying to keep it together. And of course, there's always the people who come to the meetings that like they're more easily ignorable. I think the people who come to, say we're trying to turn the children gay, like we don't just want you to stop, being horrible to your already gay children. And there's the people who say that
it was like how many other days of the year do you people go to the borough building for your children's safety? 0. It's only whenever queer people are in the situation. And it's like, stop hiding behind your kids and just hate us with your chest out,
Right. I heard someone, Danny, was it you that made the comment on the show the last show? Someone, maybe it was because you were adopting. I don't remember who it was, but their parents said, I don't want you adopting kids because then.
Oh yeah, that was my dad that said that.
And
you're gonna raise these kids to be gay. That's why I don't approve of it. And I was like, did you raise me to be gay? Well, no. Yet here we are.
Right.
It's
like how they say that queer representation in movies will make kids queer, and it's like, well, I saw a lot of straight people in movies and not straight.
Here I am. Right. And it is important, Jeff, you touched on it, is the camaraderie of the board and the vision to be fulfilled throughout. Because that one bad seed, and that's what I've been facing for the past couple months, that one bad seed will ruin and could possibly kill the whole entire organization.
Yeah, it definitely can be impactful, and it's there's nobody wrote a book on how to handle this, so it's like trying to step gently to maneuver through it, but and still just be loyal to the mission of the organization without it hurting the organization. I mean it gets tricky because it's like I can't necessarily take to social media and just like blast that person for doing XYZ. I can't do that. So you kind of like have to keep it all in. I mean, vent to friends. I mean, I think I loaded on Paige quite a number of times over stuff. But it's you have to keep this professional front to you always, even though there's a fire burning in the background. It's like nothing's going on, everything's fine,
Right.
So
I do want to say, Jeff, I think thus far in everything when it comes to all of that stuff, we have had to have been very like forgiving with one another, and like you said, there was no handbook on all of this, but I personally think we and you as president have done such a good job on like keeping that mission, that collective mission at the forefront for all of us, and just keeping us united and together as a team. So I think you've been doing such a good job at that.
I have one question I want to throw out. I know we're really short on time. I apologize. But, I think historically, if we look back at how our prides have gone, sometimes in larger cities, they can be pretty risque, right? There's sort of an edgy feeling to it. And I personally love that option. I also love family-friendly prides. And then now in the past couple of years, we're starting to see all the corporations in the pride parades where you had like 10 different banks or insurance companies. And it was starting to get a little dry and a little boring. But now with this new administration coming in and all these companies rolling back their LGBTQ benefits and rights, I'm very curious to see what the representation is going to be like in our parades.
Yeah, I can say
interesting.
That's a good comment. Yeah,
that is.
Yeah, it is. Curious to see how that's going to unfold. But the thing that I deal with here in Indiana is I can have some, I don't know, well-respected business people, that will throw money at me, for pride, but they do not want their name mentioned at all. We have a lot of that.
We do, weirdly enough.
How do you feel about that? Does that bother you?
Yes and no.
Yeah.
Take that money. Take that money.
Give me the money.
A lot of the people at hand, they will help us. I know that, but they are not. Some of them are not in positions where they can jeopardize their clientele.
That's it.
If they were be able to help us.
It's complicated.
It is complicated. There's a lot of complicated relationships with sponsorships and working with other people.
Sure.
Yeah, because despite us being a nice little blue, leftist-leaning oasis, we're completely surrounded by Republican redneck people and stuff. And weirdly enough, at the borough meetings, it's always people who aren't from here who are coming here telling us who are from here that we don't belong here. So we do have to deal with that a lot.
Just with last year at the gala, to promote Pride. I mean, the terrorist group across the street. I mean,
Yep. A literal terrorist group who are on watch lists.
Yeah,
and there's your whole Pride committee. I mean, at jeopardy, and you have to be strong. Some of my favorite pictures of you, Katt, are is of your back.
Yeah. A lot of people say that.
And the reason being is because you're just standing there. You got your arm propped up on a something, a newspaper
sign.
stand thing or whatever, a sign, and there's this terrorist, literally a terrorist group across the street, and I just love that. It speaks so much.
At our last Pride, they showed up and they I feel like they came to, fight because they were very. I just feel like they're very agitating, like intentionally. And my sister last year was her first Pride she ever went to, and I took her. I said, you want to feel something? And I took her over in front of those people. I said, you feel that? I was like, this is what we have to put up with.
Oh my God.
It was an intense moment.
Yeah, that would be.
Daniel, what were you going to say?
Damn, that's a good question. It went. It'll come back to me. Go on.
It always does.
There's just so much, and I think that people, look at it,
Oh, I know.
Oh,
it came back to me.
Good, because I was really struggling to have something to talk about right now.
Yeah, and I'm going to save you right now. I'm so glad we're talking about this in regards to like safety issues and terrorists and different things that are like we see in our communities with our own eyes in a much more brazen, overt way. Because, like I said, I echo what Paige said, my reason is my kids. And as a gay man who adopted children, I worked really hard to be a dad. And it took a lot of proving to different people, entities that I deserved to have a child. And my husband and I worked very hard for that. And so because of that, we incorporate our children in our Pride. And I've taken my kids to Pride in a little red wagon when they were little, and they're now 19 and 18.
Wow.
And we don't miss a year. And now we have a daughter, and she's 6. And it's really important for me to represent myself as a gay man with children. It's really important. So when these threats in our community and harm, I second guess it, and I hate that because it's my whole reason for going.
Right.
Yeah. Well, I would like to encourage you to keep doing that because that's a very powerful platform, and it's great that you see that and you acknowledge it. So keep it up.
And it's when I started up here and things were getting rocky, and of course, we hit our fences like you guys did with your borough meeting. We had the city council meetings and stuff, and my attorney, I was being singled out, publicly by certain people, saying my name and things like that. And it was basically an attack against the drag community anyway. And Paige, like you had said, I mean, Angel's son and I have been all over the internet together, for me being a pedophile or, training him to be, gay, all these ridiculous things.
Defamation.
But I said, yes. But I said, from the beginning, and I think all of us that do this kind of work need to, and if you're out there listening, sneaking in listening, this is what you need to listen to, is that you will do this if it's the last thing you do on this earth. you will take a bullet because you stand for what you believe in. And that's hard to say sometimes. And it's hard to, you know, to emotionally take that in. But I said that I will take my bricks and I will throw them. And if it's the last day of my life, I did what I died doing what I wanted to do.
Yes, you better say it.
Yeah,
absolutely. I'm the same way. That's a concern every year at Pride because those people over there, and we get told by police expect them to be carrying. So every year,
you don't know.
You got to worry about that. And it's like every year I have like this conversation with my mom, you know, about if anything were to happen, and it's shitty. We have to go through that, but that's why we have to go through it.
Yes.
But see, up until now, like we live near Columbus. That's the biggest city close to us. And even in Columbus, you'll see the little group with their megaphones and their signs, right? And they're usually clustered in one corner. And Pride is so big there that it's easy to ignore them. But I think those numbers are going to be growing, you know, with the megaphones.
Oh, absolutely. That's a scary thought.
Organizations like the Proud Boys, and different organizations that are known for hate and violence. I just hate talking about these things, but it's so important because we have to think about that.
It is. And by all means, people, you know, if you don't feel safe, you don't go. You know, if you don't feel safe for you and your family to go because you have a feeling, then you just stay at home and you celebrate Pride with your family at home. Jeff, you look like you have a comment burning in you.
Oh, you know, I do. Well, yeah. It's just this irony of them claiming somebody wearing a dress is dangerous whenever they are carrying firearms. It's like, what is dangerous here? Which thing? You know, it's like this blurred reality that they portray.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'm definitely a strong advocate of being true to who yourself is. And I mean, you know, if I was a closeted man here in Western Pennsylvania doing what I do for a living, I would be more financially well off. I would be. But, you know, I'm out and I've been out basically since I've been 21. We won't say how old I am.
So only for like 4 or 5 years you've been out.
What's that?
You've only been out for like 4 or 5 years then.
Yeah. Maybe a few more decades. But anyways, no, you know, I think that would be so dishonest, you know, to be closeted and not living my true life or being true to myself, you know.
Yep.
Very familiar with that type.
Yes, absolutely.
Try not to date
I think we touched on some great topics tonight. Jeff, we'll start with you. Is there any last minute things you want to touch on? We did go over, and I don't apologize because we wanted to get this message out, and it was our first show of all of our new team here. What do you want to leave us with?
I think I would like to say to anybody out there watching, if you're looking to start a nonprofit or a Pride, you know what? Reach out to any of us, Katt, Paige, me, or anybody on our board. We'd be more than happy to help. There was something else. Oh, if you guys know of any other social media platforms that are liberal leaning, please send those to us. We would be more than happy to start engaging in them and putting some content on. I think that will be a focus of ours. So that's all I have to say.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much, Jeffrey.
Thank you. We'll see you again, I'm sure. Well, I'll see you at Pride, but hopefully again soon. And Miss Paige, how about you?
The only thing that I would really want to touch on is like I'm just so glad that we got through our approval for the Prdie Festival. Like that is such a relief, and I think that me and Katt very specifically feel motivated to do it because we can, because we are people that have dealt with a lot and tend to have thicker skin. Like we can let it roll off our back a little bit easier than some people can, and not take it to heart as much as some people might. And I feel like because we feel obligated to do so. And as frustrating and as much work as it is, I'm so glad that we have gotten through this part. And again, just so thankful that nobody has to have this conversation here again.
Right. It's refreshing. And you guys have already dealt with this. So I mean, basically your whole life of knowing each other. I mean, you've been Katt's
Since we were 5.
bodyguards since 5 years old.
Crazy.
It's been a long run, but it's been good. It's a good partner to have.
Yes, absolutely. As are you. Thank you for everything and always having my back.
Of course, always.
Any last minute things you'd like to say?
Me? Oh, gosh.
Miss Paige at the top.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, you're good. That's pretty much it for me.
That's it for you. We love you and we appreciate you. And thank you so much for coming on and being here with us as always. And we'll see you soon.
Absolutely. I will see you at Pride.
Bye.
Goodbye. Oh, wow. What a good night, huh?
Yes, that was great.
I can finally stretch.
Really
nice little steam. I love it. What was that?
Really important conversations.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, and that's the thing. Like, I love just getting what people have to say. You know, no preparation. Right. Just bring them on and let's talk.
Right.
And
raw.
Because it's raw. It's raw. And it's so, you know, you get people's real life stories, you know, and they're from their heart. But it was great tonight. I'm so happy to have the both of you.
Me too.
And we will be talking this week or next week about what's coming ahead. So, Daniel, what do you have to leave us with tonight?
I think the biggest thing for me is I know we talked a lot about fear and safety, and those are really bummers. But don't forget the pride, because our community has fought hard. We've lost lots of brothers and sisters to get to this place. Yeah. And if you want to go out there and you're a little nervous and you want to represent, don't forget the pride, because that's what unites us.
Absolutely.
Is Tara wanting to buy the alpaca farm? Is that what her question is? You can always go visit. They have a store there. It's beautiful, beautiful.
Yeah, we have a little boutique
property
right in front of the house.
Tell everybody what animals you have in case they miss. You have the Angora rabbits and the alpacas, which are your.
We have Angora rabbits that are a lot of maintenance, but I love them dearly. I have a small herd of alpaca that we shave once a year and make yarn and different apparel. And I have a gray fox, a silver fox, and 2 red foxes, and a Eurasian eagle owl.
That eagle owl is amazing.
It's crazy.
Isn't she gorgeous? Oh, I love her.
Artemis.
Yes, Artemis.
I know. And your little raccoon, Rocky, that's my favorite of all of them.
Yes.
She won my heart that first video of her in the house when you had her in the house. She's
and I have a little squirrel over here that he doesn't have any front toes because he lost them to frostbite. So he can't climb trees. And so I take care of him.
Love it. Love it. So we thank you, Daniel, and
my pleasure.
We will see you soon. Thank you for your advice tonight. I loved your little chat at the beginning. What was the last thing?
Yes.
Nature always finds a way, and so can you.
Yep.
I love that. I love that. That is absolutely beautiful.
Thank you so much to both of you for having me.
Yes, you too. I hope we can have you back.
Yes, absolutely.
He's here with us all the time now.
Oh, is he? Okay. I'm still learning stuff. I'm still learning. Well, good, because I have more questions I need to get to for you. So
awesome. I can't wait.
Angel's going to start a group chat for us, so we'll be able to talk all together.
Cool. Okay.
All right, guys. Well, there we are, Madam co-hostess. Your first one.
Yes.
You did great.
Yes, popped my cherry. It was lovely. Was it as good for you as it was for me?
It was fabulous. And through, if you notice, my camera's looking better because I went to the settings on the camera and I fixed it. So I'm getting a little
I didn't know if that was possible on here. I was like, can I put a filter on?
Oh yeah, you can do stuff like that. Actually, I'll send you the link again, but
okay.
There's like in StreamYard itself has like a face touch up and like, yeah.
Ooh, nice. Okay, I'll have to play around with that.
I have mine mirrored. Like this is really my right hand.
Oh, okay.
So that I'm not scratching my head and I'm over here, but it's really itching over here.
Next time I want to work on a proper, better backdrop. I like literally had to pay someone to take the rest of my shift at work because I forgot I worked today. I was like, I'm not missing this though. So I paid him to take the rest of my shift. And
She
like
told
ran
me in a
home.
panic last night. Well, I mean, and you can, you can use virtual backgrounds too.
Ooh, I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah, it's all in your settings. I'll give you.
Okay, yeah.
So, anything you want to leave us with tonight, Miss Vice President of Indiana Pride?
Yes.
Alliance.
Well, I think I just kind of want to echo what everyone else said and reflect on how great of a conversation this has been. And I think I would just like to leave everyone with, don't be afraid to have these conversations. We need to keep having them, keep being visible, keep doing what you're doing. We're all people. You don't have to be a superhero of a person to do this stuff. Gosh, you can be anyone. If you can do it, you can do it. I grew up, being queer and everything and being homeless and all of that stuff. And I didn't always have the best, reputation and stuff in town. And even to the point where people have said, I think this is great, what's happening in town, but I don't think Katt should be the one doing it. And it's like, well, girl, who else is doing it? You know what I mean? Are you going to, and it's like, if you can do it, do it. Don't listen to what other people think of you. Don't anything. Have the conversation, do the damn thing, and just do you.
Yeah, absolutely. And fight for it.
Yes, always.
Love those. And my last thing that I want to leave is, I'm all about safety at these events. And I always tell the volunteers and everyone working that day, if you think something, react to it.
Yes, absolutely.
So
We've been
if you think someone looks suspicious, go tell someone.
Better safe than sorry. We've been very lucky. The police here in town have worked great with us. Police Chief Shaw has been an absolute angel working with, and he's very, he does his job. He's not on one side, he's not on the other. He does what he's there to do. And if you can, I know the relationship between police and the queer community is rocky, but if you can, just get protection. Get as much as you can for the day of.
Get protection.
Yeah. Yes. Yes. Always.
Thank you so much. I love you, my little daughter, and
I love you too, Mother. Thank you.
I forgot to say that Daniel is going to join us at Pride too. I forgot to say that.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, and his daughter. They're going to do a little number. He's going to do a number too, and
that's right. I forgot we talked about that. I would love for him to even if he wanted to at some point throughout the day too, he could give a speech. And I love the power of him talking about being a gay father. That was great.
Oh, look who it is, Large Marge. Get it, Miss Piss.
I hope I'm filling your shoes well, Marge.
You're doing a great job, and we miss you, Marge. Miss you tons.
Yes. I hope you're doing well.
All right, I love you, dear, and you have a good night. Thanks for.
I love you too. Sweet screams and good night. Thank you.
Good night. That's it for this night of. Look at my little backdrop. I didn't even know I chose that. I'm in a recording studio. Who knew? Just remember to love each other, take care of each other, look out for one another, and send that love around the world. We appreciate everything and everybody. Good night, and we'll see you in 2 weeks. You or someone that you know contemplating suicide, or perhaps planning to harm someone else? Or are you organizing a mass shooting? If so, please reach out for help at the nationwide hotline, the helpline at 988. That's right, you just have to dial 988 and a counselor will assist you in the help that you need. Call 988 now. Are you a victim of child abuse or know someone who is? Please notify someone at 1-800-for-a-child. Save a life. Make a change. Or are you or someone you love a victim of domestic violence? Call the people at the Domestic Abuse Hotline at 800-799-SAFE. That's 800-799-7233.